I remember I fought a man. I fought a giant. I don't like to brag. I did. His name was Carl. Carl the giant. He was a cruel giant. He used to torture me and my friends. He used to sit on our chests and pluck our eyelashes. Yeah. My mother thought I had an autoimmune disease. Yeah, and then he was so sadistic, he would just corner you and make you sing. That was his thing. And he was the size of a medium dinosaur, so you're not fighting that guy. I remember one time he just showed up and he goes, I want to hear reggae today. Sing. And I was like, oh, no, you don't understand. I don't understand reggae, and I don't speak, and I don't sing. I'm not a singer. And he was like, oh, that's too bad. Well, then I guess I have to kick the marrow out of your shins. And I was like, no, woman, no cry. Right? And I tried to organize a revolt. I got my friends together and I was like, we have to kill Carl. And they were like, no, I'm not a good leader. So, but I remember the day I saw light at the end of the tunnel. I saw my path to vengeance. I was watching this Kung Fu movie, and it wasn't in English, it was in Mandarin, but this dude, this Shaolin monk who walked the earth, he didn't want to mess with you, but if you fuck with him, dude, if you fuck with him, he would touch your chest, his chi would go into your heart, and you would fucking die, okay? Just like that, and I was like, holy, I'm watching a movie like this. I was like, that's going to be my path. That's my career. And he killed 5 dudes at once. That was too much. And I was like, Mommy! And mother came in. I was like, you have to shave my head, send me to China now. I have to find my master, and I will master death touch. And she was like, no. And then I shaved my own head, and they sent me to therapy. But I've always been a determined person. I watched that movie 700 times. It's a story of my family. I watched frame by frame. I got to the point, I can still do it. I'm doing it in that direction because my chi is too strong. But you just relax. And I remember I practiced for 3 months, hours, every frame. I remember the day I mastered it. I think a bird fell from the sky. And my hand was glowing, but I had it, dude. I had it. I looked in the mirror. I was like, today is the day I will take Carl's life. I went to school that day. Carl was there lording over the other students, as I knew he would be. He had grown even bigger at this point, but I was the hero. I was not afraid. I set my heels. I squared my jaw. I looked at the giant. I said, Carl, no more. He came to me without hesitation, and he said something like, you're gonna fucking die. And I said, nay, Carl, nay. Today you will die. And I struck him. It was so beautiful. Like that was the first time I realized what technique and dedication and practice and belief. Like all my chi, literally all my chi went into his body. My body went limp because it all came from my root, and then that's it. It was so beautiful. And I remember I struck him with faith, and he didn't perish. I think I missed his heart. I don't know what happened. Nothing happened, actually. There was a terrible silence. And then he made a noise the way giants do when they're furious. And I froze, and my fear came back into my body, and he hammered my head. I remember, it's what they do. He hit me here, and with such force, I went blind. I could taste my tongue. I remember it's the only time in my life I was like, I think he hit me again. I fell to the ground, and I pooed a little bit. And I began to sneeze uncontrollably. I was like, he hit a nerve. And that went on for a month. Yeah. But there's always a giant in life your kung fu is no good against, isn't there? No matter what you do, no matter how ready you are for the chaos, for the flood, it comes, as always. there's always something you can't defeat. Sometimes the giant's a 14-year-old girl. For Carl, I remember it was his big brother. Yeah, his big brother was a full-grown dinosaur. And I remember he walked Carl up. Carl was weeping, and he had him by his neck like this. And he walked him right up to me, and he goes, "Did Carl beat you up?" And I was like, I remember he just turned his neck, and he just looked at Carl, and he goes, "Well, Carl's going to sing to you every single day." And he was like, "No, woman, don't cry," And this is the great part of the story. He sang to me every day, and get this, he started getting really good. Really good. Like to the point where the people were like, "Carl's singing to Bryan." We had like a group, people would get behind me, and he'd have to sing to me. And then he got so good, by the end of the year, he was so good that the principal said, "You're going to sing 3 songs in the auditorium," and the whole school was there. And guess who found him having a panic attack in the walking bathroom? I did, and he was, I know, like, really? And he was crying, and I was like, "What's wrong?" He goes, "I'm so nervous, everybody thinks I'm gonna be amazing, and I suck." And I go, "Well, are you nervous when you sing to me?" And he goes, "No." And I go, "Well, then sing to me. Sing to me." I know. And it was amazing. He sang every song right to me, and he crushed it. He hugged me afterwards, and get this, last I heard, he was singing on Broadway. I know! And he's married to a man. It's so exciting. Yeah. So who you are today is not who you could be tomorrow. That's the point. I'm so full of like messages, you guys.